Welcome in, everybody. We're live.
We are.
So, Galactic Fried Chicken's on break, right? They're taking a holiday break, which is I'm about to do, Aaron's about to do, most of us are about to do. We're gonna get a couple days refresh. It's been a long 4 months.
PTP took a break tonight.
The PTP took a break tonight. We're gonna get a little break in here for a couple days. Not tomorrow,
Still
repping. Tomorrow we got Dan Wetzel of Yahoo.com. Like we on the BCJ pod. Mm-hmm. We've done this national, like we've had almost every major national guy on we can. Tomorrow we're gonna pump it up even more with Dan Wetzel. So I'm not taking a break tomorrow. I've got radio for Mo on Thursday. I'm not actually like taking any break. I am taking a break from writing Brendel's Bytes tonight because my back is killing me. My body is like, bro, can we sleep for can we chill for a couple days? I'm not good at that. So,
well, I made the trip from Athens to Cincinnati
and then back
earlier this afternoon and just got back to Athens. But it was well worth it because
finally,
I got a Christmas present from Dad.
What was your younger influential kid impressed with how awesome that hat is?
I mean, I think he was excited because he got the part in the punctuation hat to wear the rest of the
evening. He was more concerned about that.
I mean, he got in with like the Bearcat and got a bunch of pictures with the Bearcat, and he had a blast. So it was cool to be able to share that experience with my girlfriend's eldest. So
he seemed like he was having it was pregame before things really got going, but I think he seemed like he was having a good time with man, mom's boyfriend. Like he's got some juice around here.
Well, he was like
some juice in this building.
He's like, do you know all these people? And you and Justin and some of the other guys in the media came over and said hi. We talked to Eichel for a bit about potentially shadowing him because he does a lot of content on TikTok and what have you. 11, 12 years old, just like Kelsey.
My daughter,
so that's
what
they are.
They're into, bro.
It's crazy. That's
what they're into. Before we get to the basketball game, I do have something I want to hit on before we get to the basketball game.
Is it the show that they had at Nippert before the basketball
game? That
game?
looked awesome. I didn't go because I wasn't going and standing outside. It looked awesome.
I caught some of it as I was pulling into the green garage for the game, and it looked cool. I wish I had been able to see it without the buildings kind of being in the way as I'm also driving and trying to pull into the garage, but
and not crash into the garage. Yeah,
just kind of important things.
I feel it.
But the pictures turned out fantastic.
The videos turned out fantastic. It was really cool. Like it was cool to see. No, I mean, Kobe switching to 8.
I got respect for it. I mean, he was named after the guy. Obviously, there was the tragic passing, and he wants to channel his Mamba mentality. You do it for one game. He was 7 the whole way through and wanted to go 8 for this one. Obviously, he couldn't go 24 because Jaheim, but 8 was open, and I feel like it was kind of fate.
So we were at practice. Practice was open this morning. We were at practice, and they do this like every defensive player is required to So Mike Tressel throws the ball. There's I guess it's a GA that tips it and deflects where the ball is going, and then the defender has to catch the ball. Like that's part of their pre-practice ritual as they're coming into the bubble. And Justin and I were talking to Doug Phillips. Doug Phillips was back in town from Youngstown today. Yeah. And Kobe comes through. And Justin and I were like, wait a minute. That's 8. Yeah. His name is Kobe Bryant, and now he's got 8 on his back. We think we know what that means. We think we have a pretty good idea what that means. So we didn't catch it in time, as it happened, because he was obviously we saw it on his back as he ran past us. So then Sauce came through, and Justin was like, "Hey, Kobe's in 8." And Sauce just turned around and went, Mamba mentality. And we're like, for the game? And he's like, yep. And we were like, oh, shit.
Let's go.
I love it. It's like, that's going to be a national storyline, right? Like that's going to be a big deal on New Year's Eve. So I love it. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
I agree. I'm here for it.
Yeah, let's get to the game. What a 76-67 win over Tennessee Tech. The Mamadou Diarra return to Fifth Third Arena for get a little swan song from Dew.
What was your finals? What was the final you have on it?
76-67. Do you have something different? Hello? Are you speaking?
I'm trying here.
You're choppy tonight.
Yeah, I think I know why. Working on it. But okay. Yeah, I got 86-75 here on Go Bearcats.
86-75? No.
That's what they're showing here on GoBearcats.com.
76-67 was the final. It was 37-26 in the first half and 41-39 in the second half. They absolutely did not score 85 points.
Weird.
That is very weird. Here, let me, can I? No, I'm not using two screens, so I can't. Oh, here we go. Boom. How's that? You got that?
It's popping up. Let me see if I can fix what's going on with the Wi-Fi. Give me 1 second. I'll be back, but
okay.
Carry on.
Okay. Mamadou Diarra has returned to Cincinnati. Very cool to see Dew. Like I saw Dew for the first time playing AAU, going into his senior year in high school. I've known him for a long time. He's a really good kid. Like he's got just such a positive energy, positive vibe about him. And to see him, he was worried that UC fans were going to boo him. Like he was really worried that he was going to get booed. And they gave him a good ovation at the start. And, he went 4 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 7 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds. You don't get to see that much. And I'm sure we'll see it more in the transfer era, in the portal era. But Dew was a guy the fan base loved. And, he came home and had a big game. Remember, like, he did the cooking with Dew at the beginning of the pandemic. He entertained the fan base. He was somebody that, like, they built a bond with, a connection with. So it was really cool to see him kind of get that in his return. Sorry, I'm doing a bunch of shit here while Aaron is trying to get his internet worked out. I'm going to get another video up or another share up here in a second. Chrome tab. There we go. I swear, Bearcat fans are the best. Forever grateful to be blessed to call myself a Bearcat. Thanks for this unbelievable night. Wish nothing but the best to this organization and my guys down there. Big fan here. Like, here's the thing with that. Like, that tonight meant a lot to Mamadou. Like, legit meant a lot to Mamadou. So it was really cool to see him experience that and get to enjoy it and, you know, have the fun of being part of that. So let's get to now kind of the Brendel's Bytes portion of this show. When we do these night games, I'm thinking I'm probably going to do at least some of them on video format, because it takes. I'm the slowest writer on the planet. It takes a long time for me to write a Brendel's Bytes. So if I can get it done in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes here on YouTube and post it to the board, let me know. Is it okay to do it this way? Especially for games like this. For the bigger games, I'll absolutely do the written version for the games that are important. But for a game like Tennessee Tech, like for me, it just makes a lot more sense to knock it out in 20 minutes than take 2 hours scouring over the numbers and writing the deal. Let's bring back up the stats. Boy, Aaron's internet is killing me tonight. It'd be much easier if I had him to do this. All right, boom. There we go. 15 points for Mike Saunders, 11 for Jeremiah Davenport and Mike Adams-Woods. The slash line's still not great, man. 44% from the floor, 25% from three, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, so 77.8%, really good there. The rebounding was better. Does it show it? Yeah, here we go. Only 5 offensive rebounds for Tennessee Tech. So they missed 23 shots, or 28 shots, sorry. 28 shots, 5 offensive rebounds. They know, right? They're fully aware the way to beat Cincinnati, or the way to hang around with Cincinnati has been shown to be offensive rebounding. They weren't able to do that tonight. That's a big point in Cincinnati's win. 16 points off turnovers, 16-4 second chance points, 41-23 bench points. Points in the paint, a bit of a problem. That, I think, Ashland kind of showed something in terms of how they're defending, because Ashland, like we talked about, they ran that kind of Princeton-style offense where there was constant cutting. Tennessee Tech tonight didn't do the constant cutting, but they did have a version of high ball screen, backdoor from the wing. You catch a guy trying to help or trying to be in position to help, and you back cut. You get some points at the rim. I thought they did a good job of that tonight. That's something going forward Cincinnati's going to have to fix. Where are we at? Fast break, 14-12. Not great there, that's a bit concerning, because Cincinnati only turned it over 9 times. You can't turn it over that small of a number and give up 14 fast break points. That means Cincinnati was scoring, not getting back at times, and Tennessee Tech was able to beat them down the floor and get to the rim. Assists are about right, 8 steals. You know, the rest of the numbers are about where you expect to see them. One thing for me, I think is really interesting is, there's been some talk of, does this team play zone? Do we see some zone? Do we see Wes Miller getting away from who he is, what his philosophy is as a coach, to win games? And I think we will see that. But I think at least like through the buy game portion, you have to set a culture. You have to set a certain level of expectation of this is who we are. This is what we do. And you can't compromise that in year one. Like, I think there has to be a base level, right? Luke Fickell built that in his first year. And as we've talked about, they went 4-8. They should have went 1-11. But Luke Fickell didn't back down from his principles, didn't back down from what he felt like was necessary to build this program going forward. I think Wes Miller is working in a very similar fashion. The good news is this team's 10-3 with a very nice win over Illinois. And they've put themselves in about the exact same spot that we thought, if things go as they're supposed to go, this is where this team is going to be as we go into American Athletic Conference play. Aaron, are you back? Do I have you?
I'm on the struggle bus. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
What's the problem?
Apparently there was an outage with the internet provider out here in Athens today, and
that can be. I've lived in Athens. That can be a problem.
Didn't find out about it until I woke somebody up. So,
all right. Well, I'll handle the majority of this then, and there won't be as much. I think probably without the video is the best way to go.
Yeah, if I go without video, I can at least get your audio. It's coming in super choppy. I hope I'm coming in clear, but I'm assuming I'm coming in choppy on your end as well.
It's not terrible, but it's not great.
I do apologize for that.
So our debut here.
I mean, it's all a work in progress. We do have Spectrum running wire over the next 30 days. Apparently, they have to get 350 feet of wire out here. So.
Gotcha. Now I've got the hiccups.
What a galactically fried mess this is.
Yeah, that's what happens when I'm dealing with back spasms. You're dealing with internet issues.
Of course I am.
Yeah, that's it's on brand.
It is on brand.
Very much on brand. Overall, I mean, you were there. This is a team that, bottom line, I think Wes hit on it tonight, actually, Aaron. And I don't know if you got a chance to listen to any of the post game on your way home.
No, I was pretty much to my apartment downtown, running in to grab some things and heading out here. So.
The conversation was, I mean, they did a good job. I think tonight, zone offense looked a lot better than it had because teams are clearly going to start zoning them pretty frequently. I think defensive rebounding, they've done a better job. But Wes talked about there's only so much time in practice. Like, what we practice, we look pretty good at. But you can't practice everything extensively every week. So this week they installed some zone offense. They fine-tuned some of that part of it. They worked hard on defensive rebounding to make sure that, defensive rebounding was going to be a focus. So teams weren't killing them with second chance points and extending possessions. And maybe you lose a little bit on where your man-to-man defense is at, or maybe you lose a little bit on, I think they wanted to run and jump press a couple times, and I think there were just enough missed assignments that they had to kind of scrap it. It's an interesting part of this progression because you don't have everything in. You're not a veteran team, right? We knew this. We knew this was going to be part of it, and we're just watching it play out in real time.
Well, I mean, it was cool to see in the second half when I think it was within 4 at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were up 10. There was a 6-0 Tennessee Tech run. It got to within 4. and then Cincinnati answered.
Well, Saunders pretty much came alive at that point. I know he and Wood were jawing at each other there for a little bit, and to me, it seemed like that kind of lit a fire under Saunders. I saw a lot of unselfish play, some passes that we're not accustomed to seeing. McGinnis dropped a dime down low to.
That was a great pass.
I believe that was to Hayden Koval.
I think so, yeah. And Wes talked about it after the game. They had been working on that action that the backdoor cut was going to be there. Nobody had thrown the pass in a game until McGinnis threw that dime. And he said when he threw it, he was like, ah! And then, it got through the defense for a layup. So,
yeah, I mean, they played sloppy at times, especially there were two passes that I can remember from Odie in particular.
Inbounding or outletting,
yeah. And he made up for it getting the ball back on a charge immediately after one of the bad passes. Yep. But this team doesn't necessarily – they still are figuring each other out. The staff is still figuring out what they have. And these are the growing pains of a team that hasn't really played together outside of the, 13 games we're at. Yeah. So I'm not surprised.
If I would have told you preseason, looking at the schedule, they're going to get to the end of the out-of-conference portion at 10-3, would you have taken it?
I told you last night when we talked on the BBP, I wouldn't have bought in on this would be a 10-3 team because we had concerns about, again, that this team had not played together. So when you see
they're not a very talented team offensively.
No, heavens no. I mean, your favorite offense is the make points offense.
No, the make shots. You got to run the make shots offense. If you run the make shots offense, everything's going to be good.
I mean, there was definitely some encouragement in some certain areas when you see the bigs doing some things tonight that they haven't over the last couple games, but that came at the cost of the expense of David DeJulius taking 17 steps back from the game that he had the night prior.
Yeah, but sometimes you're just off. Like, that's okay. But that's what happens is, as a team progresses, right? As a team starts building
they make for it
layers, somebody else steps up when that guy isn't having a great night. That happened tonight.
It did. And admittedly, so I don't know. I mean, I was just ultimately encouraged by the fact that they could have thrown the towel in when they're down, or it got to a 4-point lead. And instead of letting that 4-point lead creep to a tie or even a Tennessee Tech lead, they just ran away with it at that point. You had a 3 by Mike Adams-Woods at that point. You had, I forget who the 2 was.
Koval hit a 3 on the baseline.
Yeah, Koval hit the 3. I forget who the 2 was by to extend that 8-point run there at that point in time. But it was just good to see them with their backs against the wall almost at that point in time. I think they took a timeout at that 4 points and got their shit together, really.
How much do you love that when AJ McGinnis comes in the game, he's like, you talk about let it fly.
Shoot.
Here's the thing. And he was 1 for 6 from 3 tonight. He didn't have his shot falling. But AJ McGinnis in his mind believes, 1,000% believes, you don't have to get hot. Like, you don't have to warm up if you come in hot.
Well, he was in
the game for like 17 seconds. He touched the ball for 1 second and he shot a 3.
Well, there was one point though where he faked it. I think
he's pump faking closeouts because everybody's realizing now, like, this dude's coming in to get shots.
Well, so and he came in and took the dribble,
2, hit it 2. Yeah.
And I think that showed a maturation in his game just over the course of the season already.
No, I think it's more that we're finding out his game, right? Because he did the same thing with the backdoor cut. He pump faked the closeout, hit the backdoor cut. So he's starting to understand. And this is what really good offensive players long-term understand, is that you have an advantage when the defense has to react to you being a marked three-point shooter. But so few guys can actually capitalize on that, right? Be it a pump fake, a dribble into a mid-range pull-up, be it a pump fake into a backdoor cut, be it a pump fake into a drive and dish. Like, once you get somebody in the air, the defense has to scramble to make up for that guy being in the air.
Sure.
And if McGinnis can start banging in a couple shots where all of a sudden opponents have to respect that, he is starting to show that, like, he's got some other stuff to his game that makes that three-point shooting ability even more dangerous, which I love.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly encouraging. I mean, we've talked about most of the season that we only had 3 guards, and now to add that next layer of a fourth guard and have somebody who is not afraid to shoot the ball. I mean, people talk about wanting a scorer on this team. If he has a night where those shots are falling, watch out.
Right? He ain't scared. That's the one thing I can tell you about AJ McGinnis. He ain't scared. He's gonna squeeze one off. Your thoughts on Mamadou? Getting to see Mamadou one more time at Fifth Third Arena.
Yeah, it was good to see him back. It was good to see him as a leader. I think that his game was actually evolved like before it was hip and trendy for centers to shoot threes.
Mamadou does not believe he's a center. Mamadou thinks he's a shooting guard. So
okay, well, agree to disagree.
I'm not saying I agree. I'm saying I've known Mamadou since he was like a junior in high school. And he did not believe he was a power forward or a center at that point in time. He believed he was a 2-guard, and he still believes he's a 2-guard. And I'm so happy for him to come. He thought he was gonna get booed.
Really?
Yeah. He believed that, like, because he left, that the people here didn't love him.
That ain't it.
No, that ain't it. So when he got that, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody on the opposing team cheered when they were introduced before at Fifth Third Arena. Mamadou was cheered. That like when he made baskets, that you could hear the doo in the back, like, of the crowd.
Happened around me in the seats.
Yeah. So, like, I think he was like, I talked to him for a minute after the game. I think there was a bit of, like, he was kind of overwhelmed with the experience of coming home and getting that kind of response from Cincinnati fans. I think that meant a lot to him. So well done by the fan base. Well done. That's a good kid. He worked hard. He wanted to be a Bearcat. He enjoyed his time here. It didn't work at the end. He went somewhere else. They welcomed him home with open arms. That was cool. That was top notch.
And the site that I had pulled up for the stats said that he was tied for the leading scorer for Tennessee Tech. Is that actually true, or are we just?
No, he was the leading scorer for Tennessee Tech. He had 15. The second leading scorer had 10.
All right. Well, on GoBearcats.com, they had 2 people at 15, so they got to get their shit together.
He was tied for leading scorer in the entire game with Mikey.
Okay.
Mikey had 15. Mamadou had 15.
Kudos to Mamadou on quite the homecoming then, because he was obviously feeling it enough to get the ball up that many times to get those points.
So. Oh, he was going to get the ball up, bro. He was going to get the ball up. I love it. I don't have a whole lot else. On to Houston.
On to Houston.
28th. Ooh.
I do want to apologize to you and to the people who did tune in that my internet was shit for all of this. And
nobody wants to see your face. You're fine.
That's fine. I just hope my audio was at least.
Since Galactic is on pause, Galactic Fried Chicken will be back on January 5th. They are taking Christmas break, spending some time with family. They're going to the Cotton Bowl. So January 5th, get back to Galactic Fried Chicken, Danco Transmissions. If you got some car work that needs done over the holidays, maybe that's a Christmas present somebody can get you, like an oil change. Why aren't practical things Christmas presents, Aaron?
Like 513 shirts?
Like 513 shirts, where you can get these dope-ass Bearcat Journal Flex Fit hats. You've never tried one of these on tonight. You put it on tonight, and instantly you were like, oh.
I gave my hat to the young buck.
These are as comfortable a hat as you will find. Am I wrong?
Still got it on. The hat I had on is still wherever.
It's going to be your everyday hat because it's so comfortable. I'm telling you.
Except for Tuesdays.
Well, I mean, you can do both. You can do both. We got to get one with the punctuation with the claws.
We'll
so that way it could be a dual threat hat. Pardon the punctuation and Bearcat Journal.
I see what
and the Holy Grail. 513shirts.com, drop down partners. You'll find the Bearcat Journal collection. While you're there, search for all the other stuff. Free shipping on an order over $45. Danco Transmissions, Galactic Fried Chicken, Holy Grail.
And if you're tuning in and watching this on YouTube with us, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
Yeah. Come on. I don't have anything else. Do you?
Let's get him out of here.
All right. We'll get you out of here. Thanks again to everyone. That's Brendel's Bytes. Oh, I was supposed to do the Brendel's Bytes thing, right? Player of the game. Mikey Saunders. 6-10 from the floor, hit a 3, couple free throws, 2 rebounds, an assist. Great game from Mikey Saunders. Notes: AJ McGinnis is looking. He's getting shots up. Shot. John Newman had a really good game, I thought. 9 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Micah Adams-Woods, 11 points, 4 assists, no turnovers, a rebound. The flopping technical was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We gave the other notes already in this thing. So if I'm going to sell it as Brendel's Bytes, I got to do the elements of Brendel's Bytes.
Fair enough.
Those are the elements of Brendel's Bytes. So, all right, let's get out of here. We've got the Wetzel interview tomorrow on the BCJ podcast. Probably going to take a couple days off from the nightcap and get through Christmas. We all need a break, man. It's been
grinding.
It's been a grinding 4 months, and especially the last 6 weeks where I've put my foot on the gas and forced you guys to come with me. I'm sorry for that, but
are you?
there was a lot to do. There was a lot to cover. We were on the verge of history. If we sat back and watched as this team was on the verge of history and didn't hit the gas, we'd have been mad as hell at ourselves looking back. So
we'd also have heard about it.
Oh yeah, we'd have heard about it. You for real. All right, that's it. If I don't get to one of these before Christmas, Merry Christmas. If not, we might do one. I'm going to try to squeeze one more in between now and Christmas. And then when we come back from Christmas on Sunday, then we'll get back into our routine. But if not, Merry Christmas. Aaron,
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, my friend. Thank you for, over the past year, becoming such an integral and vital part of my inner circle.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, it's not easy dealing with me.
You're not wrong.
This is the Galactic Fried Chicken Bearcat Journal Nightcap / Brendel's Bytes. We'll see you on the flip side right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya.